Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of my NBA recreation simulation little series that we have. Today we have another exciting episode for you. Let's have a look at who is coming in. We've got Brandon Ingram coming in, Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown in there. We've got some players. Obviously, we're getting very much closer to modern day NBA. But you know what? We're going to get straight into it and simulate the regular season. If you guys have missed the last couple of episodes, you know that we have finally got a back-to-back winner. But we actually worked out that there are three teams from this simulation series that I've done, which we've done over 30 years now. We've got three teams that have won it 6 times. I had to really count my fingers then. I don't know why. We've got the New Orleans Pelicans, who used to be the New Orleans Hornets. We've got the Miami Heat, and we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves have won it 6 times. So, by the end of this series, who is going to be dubbed from the simulation? Who is going to be the greatest NBA team? I am looking forward to it, but right now I would tip the Timberwolves because they have such a great squad. I showed it at the end of last episode. I showed it at the start. They've got incredible players, and they've got easily 8 players that are some of the best players in the league. So it's going to be interesting. LeBron obviously has moved to the Miami Heat, trying to win his first championship, which still hasn't come. Kobe has joined the Grizzlies, I think, but he is on his decline because he's in his mid-30s now. But yeah, it's interesting to see. We'll see if who wins what, really. But anyway, let's get into the awards. LeBron James has won his 10th. I repeat, 10th MVP. You might win a lot of individual awards, my friend, but you have not won a championship. Maybe that changes this year. Who knows? Karl Anthony Towns wins the Rookie of the Year for the Trailblazers. Got Russell Westbrook, who has won Sixth Man. LeBron has won the Defensive Player. He's won that a lot in his career. And Jared Jones has won Most Improved for the New York Knicks, which is interesting. And Jamal Jefferson, who is the Orlando Magic coach, with a 74-8 record, they're the best team apparently in the NBA. Kemba Walker is in the All-NBA alongside LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Bargnani, and Schroeder. Second team's got Carmelo in it. It's got Jokic. It's got Davis, Curry, and Lowry. Dwayne Wade is in the third, who is 34 years old. And I don't believe Dwayne he also has not won a title, which is interesting. Let's have a look at the rookie team. So Karl Anthony Towns has averaged 17.4 points per game. Hernan Gomez is doing pretty well as well. But let's advance, and we are just going to get straight into it. I'm just looking forward to seeing who is doing what. Kemba Walker has... he's been at Philly all of his career so far, but I think Philly actually have a nice little team starting up. But 27 points, which is probably the lowest we've seen in the simulation for the regular season. LeBron is 8th with 23.5, which I believe is one of his highest. Yeah, in his final season at Toronto, he did all right. He's been at 4 different teams in his career, and he still hasn't won a championship, which is unfortunate for him. But if we go to one of my favourite players in Carmelo Anthony, he has made the right choice in his career because after starting at the Milwaukee Bucks, he played 4 seasons there, but he's been at the Timberwolves for a good portion of his career now. His points per game has been declining, but he does find himself with 3 NBA championships, which considering in real life he's not won a single one, which is awful to think about. But yeah, that's just interesting. Let's have a look at the standings before we do the playoffs, or not the power rankings, even though actually the power rankings would actually give it a good indication. But anyway, let's start with the Western as per usual. Don't really care about these teams. Clippers are newly branded. The Trailblazers are into it with Karl Anthony Towns. Did they have anyone else there? Mario Chalmers, who isn't that high rated at all. The Lakers, you know what? Are starting to push. They've got Jabari Parker and Rudy Gobert, a 23-year-old and a 21-year-old, but it depends if they can keep hold of them. State Warriors, they've got Andre Drummond, who's done very well. They've got Peyton as well, James Johnson, blah, blah, blah. Grizzlies came first. Their team really hasn't been the same since Shaq retired, and the same with Jason Kidd. They've got Kobe Bryant for the last couple of years or last year of his career, maybe. The Pelicans, Pau Gasol's 35 now, 30, 36. Yes, they have DeRozan, but Mike Conley's at a good age. Even Larry should be only 30 now, yeah. They've got a decent team, but the first team obviously is the Timberwolves, and just look at that starting lineup: 97, 96, 95, 95, 90, and they've got 96 Derrick Rose on the bench, just in case they didn't have the greatest point guard, probably of all time. They've got Blake Griffin as well. They've got Lance Stevenson. I remember you. You were a fucking beast. But yeah, I just think that it's going to take something truly special to stop the Timberwolves yet again. But anyway, in the Eastern, the Knicks just don't have anyone. They just lose every good player that they have. They just can't build a team. They need to go far and get good money and stuff, which are just not getting. Celtics just missed out. You know what? The Bulls aren't doing too bad. They seem to be getting into the playoffs most seasons now. But maybe that's at a detriment. They're if they're just getting into the playoffs but not really doing anything in the playoffs, then it's going to be hard for them. The Hornets are fourth with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Giannis, and Paul Millsap as well, and Jimmy Butler. The Heat are third. They were fifth seed last season. LeBron is still 99 rated. He is 31 years of age now, so he needs to really do something, because Tracy McGrady probably is going to retire in the next few years. Kawhi Leonard is fantastic at 24 years old. Tony Parker is 33, still got a bit of time. Tyson Chandler, I didn't realize has signed from. He was at the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's interesting. Toronto Raptors second seed. They've got a nice team. They actually do have a nice team. They don't obviously have Kobe or LeBron anymore, but they have Kevin Durant. They've got Rajon Rondo. They've got Chris Bosh, and they've got DeMarcus Cousins and Paul George as well. But the Orlando Magic are the top seed and the best team in the regular season. Even though I look at a team and it's not particularly great. Yes, Kyrie Irving is coming into his prime. They've got Russell Westbrook, but obviously both two of them are point guards, so it's tough to play them. They've got John Wall as well, who also is a point guard. They've got Dirk at the age of 37. He's still 93 rated. You know what? They do have a good squad. I wouldn't say the best squad, but it's still a very, very good squad. Both of these get 74 and 8. So Magic versus the Timberwolves potentially in the final. Who says? Who says no? But anyway, Trailblazers are out, Hawks are out, Clippers are out, Rockets are out, Bulls are out, Cavaliers are out, and the Wizards and the Warriors. We have Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Lakers, which is nice to see the Lakers get to at least the conference semi-finals, but we have the Pelicans against the Grizzlies. Like I say, it's always the Timberwolves, it's always the Pelicans, and it's always the Grizzlies, whereas on this side, it is the Raptors versus the Heat, which is, again, LeBron versus our team. And we've got Orlando Magic versus the Charlotte Hornets, which is the Bobcats, which Steph Curry has now got to this conference finals. The Lakers are out as expected. The Hornets are out. The Raptors are out. So LeBron has got to the conference finals, but the Orlando Magic and the Timberwolves, I expect to get to the finals, and we'll see. I was right. I did say the Timberwolves versus the Magic. Is it going to be a three-peat and Timberwolves will get their 7th title, or is the Orlando Magic going to get their 4th title, I want to say? I think they've won 4. Oh, didn't mean to click that. Right, so we are going to simulate through game, and it is the Timberwolves. It's the Timberwolves. It's the Timberwolves. And it's the Timberwolves. They have won back to back to back. They have made it a trilogy to remember. The reason why I haven't gone into the game is because they've won the last 2. So it is just the same. But Anthony Davis, 95 rated. I didn't even know it was at the Timberwolves. Actually, I did. One moment about. But they have won it. And just to prove how dominant they have actually been, if we go to NBA history, they've won the last 3. They were in that one. Was the Timberwolves the team that just couldn't win it for ages? Yes, it was. Look at how many times they reached the finals. Timberwolves. They could be on like 13 championships by now, which is unbelievable. So they got rid of, Kevin Garnett retired, but Anthony Davis is now taking that mantle, which is absolutely superb. See, look, if we look at points per game, like 27's obviously out behind, but like it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Got Michael Jordan in there a few times with the Trailblazers. Jeez, just jeez. I wish we'd got Hall of Famers. Can we search by championships? Can I? Oh, no. I did. History. Past champions. Hall of Famers. Okay, we're going to have to have a look. So, championships. So, obviously, Bill Russell has got the most. But if we go down to from 84 onwards, championships. Magic Johnson had 5. Isaiah Thomas has 5. So does Hakeem Olajuwon. Michael Jordan only got 2. Like I said, this is the page I need to be on. Patrick Ewing got 2. Scottie Pippen only got 1. 5 from Shaq. 5 from Jason Kidd as well. No one has got 6 in their career. Kevin Garnett got 5, which we know from the previous episode. Okay, so this is where we need to be. This is good. This is actually very good, useful information for the future. Player retirements. Lamar Odom has left. How did he do? He got 1 MVP, in fairness to Lamar. Fantastic. And 1 championship. That's about it, really, from that year. So, Kobe stays another year in the league. Right, so if we go to the draft lottery, see who gets it. The Utah Jazz, the Mavericks, and Oklahoma City Thunder. But I don't believe it's the best draft ever in 2016, unfortunately. We'll have a look to see what is occurring. The draft, so Ingram goes to the Thunder. Yeah, it's just not grand. Ben Simmons went to the Mavericks. Like, who cares, really? Free agency is where it's at. That is where it is at, which we see Chris Paul yet again only taking a 1-year deal. James Harden, 26 years of age, is unrestricted. Let's see what offers he has. But the thing is, none of them is the Timberwolves, interestingly enough. Durant's in Carmelo Anthony at 32 years of age. He's got no offers on the board, so he might stay with the Timberwolves. Dirk Nowitzki is 38. He's got 2 offers, though, on the table from the Heat and the Hornets. That's fantastic. At 38 years of age, I thought he was going to retire this year. There's a lot in there, you know. So we are looking forward to seeing who goes where. Jimmy Butler has signed for the Grizzlies. Chris Bosh has gone to the Magic. Kevin Durant was it at the Pelicans? No, he's never been at Pelicans. So he stayed at the Heat for about a year. Oh no, the Raptors for 2 years. Oh yeah, I forgot that he actually went to the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, it was at the... Wait, was he at the Heat for that long? He was, you're right. Chris Paul has gone to the Raptors. Interestingly enough, Paul George, they've got a nice team building there. So Dwayne Wade has gone to the Grizzlies. I don't know where Kobe is. I'll have a look for him in a second. Kemba Walker's gone to the Grizzlies. Is there anyone I'm missing that's like big? Isaiah Thomas? No, doesn't look like that. Oh, yeah, it's the Isaiah Thomas. Oladipo. Chris Bosh. Who am I actually expecting to see? I actually don't know. The roster. Did I'm guessing Carmelo stayed? He's a free agent. How? He's 96 rated. That's what I was looking for, but why? That's bizarre. That actually is very bizarre. How can Melo be like Dirk doesn't sign for anyone either? But at least he's 38, so he's had a good career. That's interesting because we saw it with Magic Johnson. He just didn't get a team. It's very, 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 very bizarre, but very, very interesting at the same time. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap things up for this episode of my NBA Sim. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, rain, but until next time, goodbye.